Welcome to Gotham classes, guys. So today I'm going to discuss very important topic. Its name is emission spectra. Actually, when we are getting the emission spectra, so what is happening when any substance which emit the light on excitation. So by that, whatever spectra we are getting, that is called the emission spectra. It is obtained from the substance which emit light on excitation. That is either by heating the substances on a flame or by passing electric discharge through a gases at low pressure or by passing electric current discharge through a thin filament of a high melting point metal emission spectra. Actually, that emission spectra we are going to study two types. Which one is that? Continuous spectra and discontinuous spectra. So actually, what is happening? During the normal that means we can say that at the room temperature, whatever electron they are present in the ground state, all the electron present in the ground state. But when we are going to heat them, when we are going to heat the substance, so on heating, what is happening? There are some electron those are going in the excited energy state. That is, we are considering the ground energy state. That one is excited state. So some electron is enter into the excited state. Suppose that one electron enter into the excited state. So at the some time, at a certain time, it will stay over here. After some time, what will happen? Once again, it will return back into its ground state. So while this electron is returning into its ground state, so it is liberating some amount of energy, and that energy it is emitting in form of spectrum, and that spectrum associated with a certain wavelength. So this type of spectrum is called the emission spectrum. So in that emission spectrum we are going to study continuous spectra and discontinuous spectra. So one by one I am going to explain actually what is that continuous and discontinuous spectra. So those are the continuous spectra. In that, what is happening? White light. White light, you know that white light is contain the all type of wavelength. What is it? White light is contain all type of wavelength. When white light is allowed to pass through a prism, when white light is allowed to pass through a prism, so it resolve into a several colors. What is that? It resolve into the several color, and mostly we are observing that seven color. What is that? Violet, indigo, blue, green, yellow, orange and red color, and that is called the rainbow. In that rainbow, how many mostly those color we are differentiating, that is the seven color. So in that seven color, look here, that violet color having the 4000 angstrom, and that red color having the 6500 angstrom. And as you know that E is equal to what we can write Hc upon lambda. So beta, on increasing the wavelength, what about the energy? Energy is decreasing. So by increasing the wavelength, energy is decreasing. That means those are the violet color. It is having the highest energy. Violet color having the highest energy, and red color having the lowest energy. So thing is that those are the continuous spectrum. In that, whatever light is incident over the prism, it is contain all type of wavelength. What is it? It is contain all type of wavelength. It is passing through the prism, and by that it is showing the rainbow. In that rainbow, those color we can differentiate. That is the seven color. What is that? Violet, indigo, blue, green, yellow, orange and red. So we can also we can write or we can make a trick by that easily. We can keep in our mind, that is the Vib Gyor. So violet, indigo, blue, green, yellow, orange, red. So those are the when we are going violet to red, what is happening? Wavelength is increasing. If wavelength is increasing, what about the energy? Energy will decrease. This is a thing. So like that we are going to write here. And one more thing, those one having the higher wavelength for that velocity is the highest. What is the velocity of the color is those are, look here, those several number of color is present, but which color our eye is detect firstly. Sometimes they are asking the question why those are the indicator that is made by the red color. Whatever indicator those are placed at the higher height building or any tower, that is the red color. Because of red color having the higher wavelength, that is why this color is travel by that easily our eye can detect, because of velocity of that color is higher, so easily it can detect this a thing. What about the discontinuous spectrum? Actually, in that discontinuous spectrum, when a gases or vapors chemical substance are heated in an electric arc or in a Bunsen flame, light is emitted. If a ray of this light is passed through a prism, a line spectrum is produced. So those are the discontinuous spectrum. In that, what we are doing is white light we are not sending through the prism. Firstly, those are the substance that we are going to heat. So after heating that, whatever ray is generating, that ray is going to pass through that what prism. So because of whatever light is emitted, that light is not contain all type of spectrum, all type of wavelength. So whatever limited wavelength is present here, that is going to pass through the prism. After that, whatever spectrum we are getting, that is called the discontinuous spectrum. So those are the hydrogen spectrum. It is the example of the emission spectrum. In that emission spectrum, which type of spectrum? That is the discontinuous spectrum. Hydrogen spectrum is the discontinuous spectrum. Second thing is coming absorption spectrum. So hope this point is clear very well. Once again, I will explain, because of here most of the student having a doubt, continuous spectrum and discontinuous spectrum, how we can differentiate. So beta, for the continuous spectrum, white light is fallen over the prism. By that we are getting the 7 different type of color. That is called the rainbow. That is what is a continuous spectrum. In a discontinuous spectrum, white light is not passing through the prism. Firstly, those are the substance that we are heating. Suppose that substance we are taking any hydrogen gas, or we can say that lithium, sodium, anyone. Suppose that we are taking the example of hydrogen gas. So firstly, hydrogen gas we are going to heat. What? Hydrogen gas we are going to heat. By that light is emitting. By that light is emitting. Now this light we are going to pass through the prism. What? This light is going to pass through the prism. After that, whatever spectrum we are getting, that is called the discontinuous spectrum. Hope now it is clear very well. Our next topic is absorption spectrum. What is that? Radiation coming from a continuous source like a hot body containing a quanta of all wavelength passes through a sample of hydrogen gas. Then the wavelength missing in the emergent light give a dark lines on the bright background. That is called the absorption spectrum. So beta, in that absorption spectrum, actually what is happening is, those are the incident light. It is containing the several type of wavelength. Suppose that one is our incident light. Here we are considering that lambda 1, lambda 2, lambda 3, lambda 4. There are 4 type of wavelength is present. Okay, 4 type of wavelength. There is some substance, it is going to absorb this wavelength. So here there are two wavelength, any two wavelength we are going to consider, lambda 1 and lambda 2. These two wavelength is absorbed by that. So those wavelength is absorbed by that, this we are not going to observe here. So here how many wavelength we are going to observe? Only lambda 3 and lambda 4. So these lambda 1 and lambda 2 will show the dark lines in a bright background. In a bright background, they will show the dark line. This is called the absorption spectrum. In a simple way, if I want to explain, what we can say that the spectrum that contains lesser number of wavelength in the emergent light than in incident light is called the absorption spectrum. Suppose that initially there are four type of wavelength of light is present one in a incident light. Only two wavelength, uh, only two wavelength light after the emission we are getting. After the absorption, those are emergent light we are getting. It is contained only two wavelength. Such type of spectrum is called what? Absorption spectrum. That means in absorption spectrum, we are getting the less number of wavelength. Those are less number of wavelength from what? Incident light. Here I shown the diagram. In that, look, lambda 1, lambda 2, lambda 3, lambda 4, lambda 5. There are five type of wavelength is present in our incident light, and this type of light is passing through the sample of the hydrogen. So in that, lambda 1 and lambda 4, what is lambda 1 and lambda 4, these two wavelength is absorbed by that sample. So if these two wavelength is absorbed by that sample, so only those are the emergent light. It is contain the three type of wavelength, lambda 2, lambda 3, and lambda 5. Such type of spectrum is called what? Emission spectrum. And here lambda 1 and those are the lambda 4, it will give the dark lines in the bright background. What it will give? It will give the dark line in a bright background. If you are from the physics background, easily you can identify bright fringe and dark fringe. We are getting two type of fringes, dark fringe and bright fringes. So what is that dark and bright fringes? You will study properly in a physics. Our next topic is hydrogen spectrum. You know what is happening here? In a hydrogen atom, if electron is getting energy, if electron is getting energy in a hydrogen atom, so they are going into its excited state. After certain time, what is happening? They are returning back into its ground state. So when any electron is returning back into its ground state, so it is emitting the energy, and that emission is taking place in form of what? That emission is taking place in form of spectrum, in form of spectrum. And this spectrum is called what? Hydrogen spectrum. This spectrum is called hydrogen spectrum. So beta, once again I will explain this thing. What is the hydrogen spectrum? In a hydrogen atom, electron present in the ground state, after getting some amount of energy, what is happening? Those electron present in the ground state, it's excited into the higher energy state, where it is going higher energy state. After certain time, once again excited electron return into its ground state. So while it is returning into its ground state, it is emitting the energy. What is the emission of energy? Emitting the energy, and that emission is taking place in form of what? Spectrum. This emission is taking place in form of spectrum. This emission is taking place in form of spectrum, and this spectrum is called what? Hydrogen spectrum. This spectrum is called hydrogen spectrum. Actually, in that hydrogen spectrum, we are going to study about five type of lines. What is these five type of lines? That is the Lyman series, Balmer series, Bastian series, Brackett series, Fund series. These five type of series we are going to study here. So firstly, we are going to write Lyman series. Actually, in that Lyman series, what is happening? In a Lyman series, electron is coming from higher energy state. Electron is coming from higher energy state to first energy state. What is it? That means those are the N1, it is 1. And N2 we can write here 2, 3, 4, and so on infinite. That is the Lyman series. And Lyman series lying in the UV region. Which region? UV region. Second one is coming Balmer series. Second one is our Balmer series. So in that Balmer series, what is happening? Those are the our electron is entering from the higher energy state to the second energy state. What is that? That means lowest energy state here 2, and higher energy state we can say that 3, 4, 5, and so on. And that is lying in the which region? Visible region. This is lying in the visible region. That means whatever spectrum we are going to get in that Balmer series, all that spectrum we can see by our naked eye. And third one is coming bracket series. So beta in that not bracket, Paschen. In that Paschen, what is happening? Those are our N1 value, that is the third. That means from higher energy state to third energy state, electron is jumped. And N2 is 4, 5, 6, so on infinite. And that is lying in the infrared region. Which region? Infrared region. Fourth one is our bracket. Fourth one is the bracket. So beta in that N1 is coming 4, and what about the N2? N2 is 5, 6, and so on infinite. And that is also lying in the what? IR region. That is also in our IR region. And last one, those present in our course, that is Fund series. Fund series. So beta in that Fund series, those are the N1, that means lowest energy state. What is that? 5. That means fifth. And N2 is the sixth, seventh, infinite. That means if any electron is jumped from higher energy state to fifth energy state, that spectrum will lie in the Fund series. And that Fund series is what? Far infrared, or only you can write the IR. Those are the Paschen, it is lying in near infrared. That is far infrared. This one is also far infrared. And only one series, those are the Balmer series. It is lying in which region? It is lying in the visible region. So here we are going to get a alpha series, beta series, and gamma series like that. So alpha series having the highest wavelength, and beta, gamma, delta having the lowest wavelength. So that means those are the delta series in that Balmer series. It is having the highest energy, and alpha series having the lowest energy. From here we got that idea. Now to identify how many spectral lines is present in that, because sometimes question is coming, if any electron is jumped from the fourth energy state to the second energy state, how many spectral lines is observed in that? Suppose that I am writing a question. If any electron is jumped from fourth energy state to which energy state? Second energy state. Fourth to second energy state, number of spectral lines. What is it? Number of spectral lines in that we want to find out. So which formula we have to apply? Because of fourth to second it is coming. So N1 is here 2, and what about the N2? N2 is 4. We can apply the formula this one. So number of spectral lines, number of spectral lines, that is the N2 minus N1, and here N2 minus N1 plus 1 by 2. So N2 is given here 4, 4 minus 2. Then after that here 4 minus 2 plus 1. We can divide by what? 2. So what about the answer here? We can write here 4 minus what? 2, 2. 4 minus 2, 2 and 2 plus 1, that means 3 by 2. So 6 by 2. So directly 3. So how many spectral lines we are going to get? We will get the 3 spectral lines. 3 spectral lines is possible in that. We can also observe here. This is the second, third, fourth. So first is here. Then after that, which one? Second is here. No. Second will come in that. What about one more is possible in this? So total number of spectral lines is third. In front of you I shown that is the second, this one is the third, that one is the fourth. So total number of spectral lines is third, 3. So first one 4 to second, then after that which one? 4 to third, then after that third to second. So total 3 spectral lines we are going to observe. Sometimes they are not mentioning the second to third, third to second. They are mentioning that if electron jump from higher energy state to the ground state. If suppose that second thing, whatever I am going to give the question here. If they are asking number of spectral lines, if electron jump into, if electron jump into what? Fourth to ground. What? Fourth to ground. Fourth to ground. That means fourth energy state to ground energy state. If electron is jumping, so we have to find out what is the total number of spectral lines. What? What is the total number of spectral lines? So here we have to find out total number of spectral lines. So what formula we can apply? This formula we can apply because n is equal to 4. So beta we can say here 4. 4 minus 1 by 2. That means what? 12 by 2. So how many total number of lines is observed? That is the 6. So total number of line is observed here 6. 6 line we are going to observe by that. So everybody got the idea what type of question is coming by that and how we are going to solve such type of question. Second thing is coming Rydberg formula. So beta really Rydberg formula is very very important to find out the wavelength, wave number and in a between two energy state when electron is jumping from the fourth energy state to the second energy state or third energy state to first energy state, in that what is the wave number, like that type of question is coming. So we are going to use the Rydberg formula in that nu bar is equal to 1 upon lambda this one. Actually what about the R here? R is our Rydberg constant. R we are telling that Rydberg constant and Z is the atomic number. What is it? Z is our atomic number. Z is atomic number. And N1 is our first energy state, N2 is our second energy state, and lambda is the wavelength, nu bar is our wave number, and R is a Rydberg constant. You know that what is the value of the Rydberg constant? That is the 10,000 10,9678 centimeter inverse, or directly we can write the 10,9700 centimeter inverse. Or in when we want to write in the power, for that means in scientific value form, so 1.1 into 10 to power 7 meter inverse. And 1 upon R, if directly we want to write, what we can say that that is the 9.12 into 10 to power minus 16 centimeter or 912 angstrom, this thing. So that formula we have to keep in our mind. So based on that, most of the question is coming in our exam. And one more thing is given here. Sometimes they are asking what is the first line of spectral series in a longest lambda max line. So if they are asking the lambda max, so what we have to do that for the lambda max, that means we are going to find out the first spectral line. Suppose that we are going to identify Lyman. In that Lyman, what is the first spectral line in a Lyman series? If I am going to ask, what about the first spectral line? So beta, in Lyman series, n1 value what is? Always 1. And n2, what is the minimum value? That is the 2. So if electron is jump from the second energy state to first energy state, by that whatever line we are getting, that is called the first line. What is it? First line in the Lyman series. So by that whatever we will get the lambda value, we will get the maximum lambda value. Last line of any spectral line, it's the shortest. So what about the lambda minimum? If we want to find out the lambda minimum, for that n1 is not going to change, n1 will be the same. And what about the n2? N2 we have to take the maximum, that means infinite. So from here one thing is clear, that if lambda is going to increase, what about the energy? Energy will decrease. This thing. That means when we are going to find out the lambda max value, so at that point, what about the energy? Energy will be the minimum. That means we are going to find out that spectral line, those are having the lowest energy. What is it? Those are having the lowest energy. And you know that when we are going the away from the nucleus, or away from the what when we are going the far from the energy states, so what is happening? Energy of the individual energy level is going to increase, but their difference is going to decrease. And if lambda minimum is given, that in that, what about the energy? Energy will be the maximum. This thing. If sometime they are asking what about the ionization energy, so anywhere if they are asking the ionization energy, directly we can apply the formula E infinite minus E ground. That means energy at the infinite and energy in the ground state energy level. And you know that what is the ionization energy? It is the minimum amount of energy those are required. What is the minimum amount of energy those are required to remove one electron from the isolated gaseous atom valence shell? That is called the ionization energy. So based on that, one question asked in our JE 2019. So what was that question? In that is given that for any series of spectral lines of atomic hydrogen, if atomic hydrogen is given that, so what about the atomic number? Atomic number is 1. And that means those are the difference in their wave number, that is the maximum to minimum. Be the difference of maximum and minimum frequency in centimeter inverse. Actually here is given that frequencies in centimeter inverse. So dear student, don't confuse in that. That means he's asking about the frequencies. He's not asking about the frequencies. He's asking about the wave number. So firstly, we have to find out their difference in their energies. Then after that, we are going to take what ratio. That means Lyman series and Weimar series. In that Lyman series, firstly, I'm going to find out for the Lyman series. And one more thing you have to know, that firstly general formula. In that, what is the general formula that we are going to apply here? General formula, nu bar is equal to the 10967 1 upon n1 square minus 1 upon what? En2 square. That is the general formula for finding the wave number. So firstly we are going to find out for the Lyman series. Lyman series. So in that Lyman series, those are the new bar max. For that, what about the N1 value and what about the N2 value? So for the N1 in that Lyman series, we are going to take N1 is equal to 1 and N2 is equal to 2. And what about for the, and that is for the minimum. That is for the minimum. This we are going to find out for the minimum. And what about for the maximum? Then definitely for the maximum, we have to take that N1 is equal to 1. And what about the N2? N2 we have to take the infinite. That is for the maximum. This is the thing. So after that we can take the difference and easily answer will come here. So look, new bar max is equal to the 109677 and 1 upon 1 square minus 1 upon infinite. So maximum those are the new bar value that is came 109677 that is came in what centimeter units. So what about for the new bar minimum? For the minimum we can put 109677 1 upon 1 square and here 2 square. That means directly what we are going to say, we are going to find here. We can write in that place. Otherwise, firstly, we will do this thing because ultimately it is going to subtract by this. So, delta nu bar that we are going to find out for the Lyman. This is what nu bar max minus nu bar minimum. So directly I am going to write by that what answer will come here, that will come here 109677 by 4. That is came for what Lyman series. Now we can find out for the Balmer series also. So look, new bar max in case of Balmer series. In case of Balmer series. So look here for the maximum what we did, N1 value as it is not going to change. For the maximum, we have to take the maximum N2 value. So we have to take the N2 value infinite here. For the new bar minimum, what we are going to do here, N1 will be the as it is not going to change, but N2 will change. Here we can take the 3. It is somewhat is lengthy, but when you are going to solve in your NEET exam, easily you can solve, because here I have to explain also these all things. So all these value if directly we are going to put, so what delta nu, and that is for the Balmer. When we are going to put here new bar max and minus new bar minimum, so what answer will come here? For the new bar max, that directly we can write the answer here 109,677 by 9. Now we are going to take a ratio of these two things. When we are taking the ratio of these two things, what answer will come? Delta nu, and that is in bar Lyman on delta nu Balmer. So all these things we can do here. For the Lyman 10 9 6 7 7 by 4 upon what? 10, 9, 6, 7, 7 by 9. So these two things will cancel out, and here we can write the 9 by 4. So look, which answer is correct? That means we can say here 9 is to 4. So by that we got the C answer. So C is our correct answer. So hope you felt this thing. That was the really super lengthy problem. So such type of question is coming in our JEE exam. So we have to ready for such type of question. Next question is given here. Heat treatment of the muscular pain involves radiation of wavelength about this nanometer. That means wavelength is given here, lambda value 900 nanometer. Which spectral line of the hydrogen atom is suitable for this purpose? And where Rydberg value is given, that RH value is what given, that is the 10 to power 5 centimeter inverse. And this all thing is also given here. Okay. So directly we can apply the formula. You know that there is a, and one more thing, because of that is the 900. So definitely it is coming after what 900. So definitely it is coming after what? After a visible region. And in a visible region, it is coming Lyman Balmer series. After Balmer, what is coming? Bastian. After Balmer, it is coming Bastian. So 100% it will be the Bastian. But in that, there is the two option Bastian, this one and that one. Okay, we can check which one is here correct, because this is giving infinite to 3 and that is giving 5 to 3, because it is lying in the nearest region, because of the energy of this is the very high. So by that also we can say that definitely here B should be the correct answer, but we will try to solve. If you are knowing the very well concept, just by seeing you can say that which one is the correct. If those student is not knowing, so for them we have to solve. So you know that delta E is equal to, we can apply the formula Hc upon lambda. That means here we can say that E2 minus E1. And one more thing, if individually we are writing, we can write like that. And 1 upon lambda, what is the value? That is the Rydberg constant RH, and that is the 1 upon N1 square minus 1 upon N2 square, and that is the Z square, and this all thing we can do. Look here, HC will cancel out or not? So directly what thing we got at that place, that means we can see here 1 upon Ny square, 1 upon N2 square. After solving this thing, we can say that Hc upon RH lambda Z square and Hc. Actually, suppose that ultimately this thing is going to come. So we can put all these things. Look, in place of RH, what we can put, RH value is given here 10 to power 5 centimeter, because this thing is given in a meter per second. So we can put this thing, we can convert into the meter. So when we are going to convert into meter, so what will 10 to power 7 meter inverse. And lambda value, that also we can convert into meter. So you know that in 1 nanometer how many meter? That is the 10 to power minus 9. So 900 into 10 to power minus 9. And one more thing, Z square, because of this is given that hydrogen atom. So for the hydrogen atom, what about the Z value? Z value will come 1. After solving this all thing, what answer we are going to get? We'll get the 1 by 9. So ultimately by which one we are going to get the 1 by 9? If any one value we should take infinite. So which one we are taking infinite? n2. That means here if we are going to put here 3 square minus 1 upon infinite square, then only we can get this value or not. That means what is here? n1 value we can put here 3, and n2 value we can put the infinite. Then only it is going to satisfy this all thing. So by that, which one is the correct answer? This one is the correct answer. Look, initially itself, just by seeing, I told that that one is the correct. Say this came the answer. Next question is here. That is given that for a initial line of atomic hydrogen from initial values given that Ni, that is the 8, and final energy level is given that N. The plot of wave number nu against 1 upon n square will be the Rydberg constant R is in wave number unit. Yeah. So we can use the formula, and you know that what about the new bar? New bar that we can say that RH Z square 1 upon Ni square minus 1 upon Nf square. So, okay, we can, because of here given that hydrogen, so for the hydrogen, what about the jet value? That is the one. So we can say here RH, and because of the, those are the N1, that is given that 8. So 8 square, 1 upon N square. So we can multiply this thing. So RH upon 64 minus what is 1 upon N1 square. And RH also will multiply in that. So RH upon 64 minus what is RH upon N square. We can also write this thing minus RH upon N square. Ni is given that 8, and this thing is given that N. RH upon 64. That is the positive. This thing. We can compare this thing y is equal to mx plus c. When we are going to compare y is equal to mx plus c, so look, that is, so what about the slope? Slope m we are getting the minus rh. What about the x? X we are getting 1 upon n square. What about the intercept? That is the rh by 64. And what about the I y? Y we are getting the new bar. So we are going to plot the graph. By plotting the graph, what we are going to identify here. But one thing we have to keep in our mind, because of here given that emission line, if line is the emission, so ultimately here n1 square 1 upon n1 square minus nf square. So by ourselves we are going to do what? We are multiply by minus. By our side we can, because of emission spectrum. In an absorption spectrum, that is okay, no problem. In an emission spectrum, by ourselves we are going to do the minus here. Once we will do the minus here, what we are going to do here, it will become plus, it will become a minus, this thing. So what about the this slope will come positive, and this thing and this will come negative intercept RH. So by that, when we are going to plot, so graph will come in a downwards. So like that, we are going to plot the graph. So here, but he's not asking about this, which one is the correct graph. He's asking about what about this all thing. So linear with slope what? RH. So what about the slope? Slope definitely we are getting the RH, and it is a linear. So by that, which one is the correct answer? Definitely our C is the correct answer. So beta, one thing you have to keep in your mind, if they are asking for the emission spectrum, that we are going to multiply by minus. That means in a absorption spectrum, mostly we are putting n1 square minus 1 upon n1 square minus 1 upon n2 square. But for the emission, 1 upon n2 square minus n1 square we are writing this thing. So hope you got the idea. Second thing is coming in that case, question number this what is given here. Energy of an electron is given by this one. Wavelength of light required to excite an electron in an hydrogen atom from level n is equal to 1 to n is equal to 2 will be. So for that we have to find out. Okay. So which formula we have to apply here? Directly we can apply the formula difference into energy state. So for the even what we are going to write here, because of here n value is given that 1, and for the second is given that 2. So for that even what directly we can put minus 2.178, and here hydrogen is given that. So for the hydrogen always 1, so 1 upon 1 square. What about for the E2, that we can put minus 2.178, that is the 1 by 2 square, so minus 2.178 into 1 by 4. What about the energy difference? In that energy difference, delta E is equal to, we can write the E2 minus E1. E2 minus E1. Look, if E1 is coming in that side, so minus minus will become plus, and that will be the IC minus. So we can say that 2.178, and that is 1 upon 1 square minus 1 upon 4. We can solve it. So once we are going to solve this thing, so what answer we are going to get? And one more thing, he is asking about the lambda. So one more thing we can do here, HC upon lambda, that is the 2.178, and 1 square and 1 by 4. So directly we can put here lambda. Once lambda will come up, so that will also reverse. So after that we are going to put all these value. By putting all these value and solving, you are going to get the 1.21 into 10 to power minus 7 meter. That directly I wrote the answer because of ultimately you are going to substitute all these value. So hope that lecture will be the useful for you, and for getting such type of lecture continuously, please subscribe my channel. And in a tomorrow lecture I am going to discuss about that particle and wave nature of matter or de Broglie equation. So thank you.